Thank you. To start this second session, we're going to summarize in one user example a little bit about 9.3.1. This morning we have somebody from FedEx here to show a quick demo who's using ArcGIS 9.3.1 server. How many of you have ever used FedEx before? They're a little mission-critical organization. There's actually many flavors of FedEx. There's the blue boxes and the red boxes, and they're actually different parts of the organization. Adam Molenkoff, an incredible person, has taken one aspect of FedEx. It's called FedEx Custom Critical. This is an organization that handles very sensitive packages. Many of them you can't even talk about, they're so sensitive. And gets them there on time with an amazing time-space optimization set of tools. Well, better that he does the talking. Adam Molenkoff,
thank you,
take
Jack.
it over.
At FedEx Custom Critical, we take tracking very seriously. Many of our customers have very urgent needs or need special care and handling. So I'm going to show you an example of how we do that today. You may be familiar with FedEx tracking, but what I'm going to show you is an under-the-hoods kind of view of what happens in our operations control centers. So some of the examples of the special things that we carry may be temperature-controlled shipments, where we need to maintain a range of temperature for the duration of the shipment. For perishable goods and other items like that, we ship cryogenic containers, special government clearance securities for our drivers, where they may ship something sensitive for the government, as well as museum artwork and one-of-a-kind items. So since our business is very time critical, we need to have a view into our fleet real time as it relates to our demand. So the circles on this map show concentrations of vehicles according to demand that's real time. So you can see in the Atlanta market we have 15 less vehicles, or we have 15 more vehicles than we need at the moment, and Chattanooga's 15 less. So what a control center agent may do is decide to reposition vehicles accordingly. I'm going to pan over to the Dallas area and look into the specific vehicles, which are the purple triangles here, and the pickup locations. So this is a live view of what's going on. I'm going to look into this specific shipment here. Now, this shipment's already dispatched, so what our drivers may be seeing in the vehicle is a view similar to this. So if they have a navigation application similar to ArcLogistics Nav here, then they can get the stop ETAs to their next maneuver, as well as the route approach to the stop. And this is very important from our business because we can get a synchronized view of what's happening in the vehicle back in the control center. So let's go into the control center view. This is what an agent would be seeing on their desktop, tracking this shipment. So here's the shipment. It's going from Dallas to Atlanta. I'm going to play this back faster than normal speed so we can do it here in a quick demo. And we have these boundary proximity shapes, which are service areas from Network Analyst. And the vehicle's right here, and it's going into this pickup location. So as this vehicle crosses this service area, or this what we refer to as a geofence, we start to get alerts. And customers can subscribe for certain events. So they may want to know that we're 15 minutes away from their location. We can automatically SMS message their phone or make an automated voice call to them. And as we get closer into the proximity here, you can see we have multiple geofences. So when we get into this 1-minute geofence, this green area, we're going to automatically arrive the vehicle to the location. So our drivers don't need to tell us that they've arrived at the location. We automatically associate that to the event. Now, this specific shipment is a high-value pharmaceutical load, which has perishable goods on it, where we need to maintain the temperature throughout the course of the shipment. And this shipment needs to maintain 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. So on the vehicle, we have a large number of sensors deployed, and these are 4 sensors in the back of the trailer that's telling us the current temperature reads. And we have return air temperature as well. And you can see the data streaming in as it happens. And something bad just happened. You see this little red dot here. It's telling us that our temperature control unit on the vehicle has turned off for some reason. So that may be an indication to the driver or to the control center agent that something bad is happening on this shipment. So we're also noticing that our system's telling us that we're getting increasing temperature reads from the vehicle. So we have a reasoning system in the background of this that's listening to all this sensor data for the thousands of vehicles that we have, and we're making sense of all the sensor data and trying to present to an agent something that may be abnormal. Now the system's continually monitoring this, and as it continues to monitor this, we see events such as the degrees have increased by 1.5 degrees in the last 30 minutes. So this is very abnormal, and an agent's going to need to take action with this, and we'll communicate to the driver. And the driver just sent us a message that he's got a blown fuse in the temperature unit, and his spare that he had on board failed, so he needs an immediate reroute. So what we'll do is we have this planned route here, and the agent will bring up reroute options using closest facility to find the nearest repair facility so we can find a new spare part for the fuse to put in the vehicle. So I'm going to select this option, and it's going to change our route by 22 minutes. And you see that the old scheduled path that we have has turned gray, and the new path that we're taking is blue. So as the vehicle progresses here, our reasoning system's also telling us that we now have an event that caused us to have a running late according to our schedule. And at the repair facility here, you'll notice that we conveniently have another geofence where we can drill down into that and see that the vehicle's arrived at that location. Now, since this wasn't part of the planned route, we're also noticing that we're getting a bunch of idle en route alerts. So this is very important when we're shipping high-value goods like museum artwork or other items like that, where we may be in a potential hijack scenario or some security concern that we have. So it's very important to us when the vehicle's not on the route or even on the route to track the trends of the speed as well. So now that the vehicle's left the repair facility, we notice that the fuse got fixed, and we're noticing that the temperature's coming back into normal operating condition. So things are going well. We never went out of range, so we're not at risk for a claim with the goods that were on the back of the truck. And we're entering the delivery location at this point. So we also have geofences at the delivery location here, where you can see that we're approaching the Alpharetta location. And as we progress to this, we can look at our ETA timeline, and we see that we had a 0 variance throughout the course of the shipment, and then we added 22 minutes to the shipment at this point here. And that's okay. The vehicle's just now delivering, and you can see the progress here, that it's almost complete, and it's got 1 more minute. And now that it's completed, we've automatically arrived at the location via the geofences. So since we added the 22 minutes, we had 22 minutes additional on the schedule, but that's okay because what we promised the customer was actually a delivery time at 12:30, but we met it at 12:11. So everything's good with this. The customer's happy. We met their promise time. The goods were good even though we had a mechanical issue on the shipment. So as demonstrated today, tracking is a very key ingredient to FedEx operations. By leveraging ArcGIS Server for Java, we're able to utilize real-time synchronized views with what's going on in the vehicle, and that helps us to strive to achieve our flawless execution that we hope to have in making the customer service happy. Thank you very much.
Adam. Incredible.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
FedEx is using GIS in lots of their different divisions, but this one is a remarkable example of time, space, optimization in what I call a very mission-critical kind of application.